in these kind of casual conversations, we hear people really demonizing the people on who chose the other direction politically. And I think
Yes.
that's really dangerous because it's half the country we're talking about, generally speaking. And
Yeah.
to just sort of throw away the opinions or the people because of the opinions on that kind of scale, I think is fundamentally dehumanizing. And people make their decisions based on their own value sets as well as the information that they're interacting with. There should be a respect for that and an ability, especially in the position of therapy or kind of professional representation, to be able to still recognize the humanity and the dignity of people who would make a choice that's different than a choice that you would make.
Yeah, that's really interesting. One thing that we were talking about too about this issue was that like both sides have these fears
Mm-hmm.
of looming authoritarianism coming from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And there does seem to be actually a point of consensus that both sides really don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
I was really surprised to hear, I think maybe it was Harrison Ford endorsed Kamala Harris because he thought that she would protect free speech more or
Mm.
something like that. And
Interesting.
that's totally shocking to me because I haven't heard pro censorship arguments on the right, and I have heard a lot of pro censorship arguments on the left. Like I
Mm-hmm.
think I think Tim Walz said that he thought misinformation should be censored. You see a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people on the left believe that hate speech should be censored. Obviously my concern is that those are poorly defined terms and they won't be applied fairly and
Mm-hmm.
they'll be applied to political effect and things like that. But um it is interesting to me that somebody would vote for Kamala Harris because they want free speech,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody would vote for Trump for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like there is one thing that's positive about that, which is that the values are not really that different.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one wants authoritarianism. They maybe have a different sense of what that is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, uh, the big concern on the left was one big concern is Trump's going to use the legal system to go after his opponents, and they don't want that. But a lot of people voted for Trump because they feel like the legal system was used to go after him and that was unfair.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So there is this at least congruence in values
Mm-hmm.
of like the legal system shouldn't be politicized to go after people, even if people disagree about what's actually happening on each side with those
Mm-hmm.
issues.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there were lots of issues like that. Who's better for the working class? Who's better for American manufacturing? Who's tougher on the border? Who's like it was kind of crazy almost that the values that were addressed on both sides actually seemed both sides say they're against racism, both sides condemn sexism. They have a different sense of what that means. But there is this kind of interesting values alignment.